GLE. So today's lesson is going to be about Practical Science 101. We're going to talk about what we are, what kind of organization we are, safety, microscopy, and frugal science. Alright, so what does GLE stand for? GLE stands for Global Laboratory Education and Exchange. Our mission is to ensure that practical science experimentation and innovation is accessible to developing regions of the world. Who are we? We are a group of students based in Georgia, specifically Johns Creek, and most of us are from Lambert High School. Our partners are All Sciences Olympiad Foundation and Indian Science and Technology Campaign. Now our approach consists of three methods: mentorship, lab drive, and educational outreach. Our mentorship is connecting professional researchers to a multitude of students across the world. Our lab drive is providing experimental equipment to underfunded labs and sciences classrooms. Our educational outreach is creating and sharing relevant workshops that us students create for other students and teachers to learn practical applications and supplement their curriculum. Alright, so if you guys ever need to contact us, here's our email and our social media tag. This can be found on Instagram and Twitter. Alright, so general safety. We're going to go over some general safety rules today. Number 1, always listen to your instructors. If you ever have any questions, please go to your instructors first. Number 2, always follow the directions provided for the lab. Whether it is outlined clearly in a document that we provide or your teacher provides, or if it's an oral instruction, please make sure you follow what is given. Do not eat or drink anything in the lab. This is particularly only for your safety, so you do not indigest anything that could be harmful to your system. And number 4, please be off your cell phones during lectures or experiments. It is disrespectful and disturbing to others, and you may be allowed to use your cell phones for once in a while to take pictures or videos of the lessons. Alright, so general safety. You should always tie back loose hair. So I know a lot of us either have long hair, so if you do, I'm going to suggest that you use a hair tie and tie your hair back so it doesn't interfere your lab experience. Roll up your loose sleeves. I personally, I either wear tight sleeve long sleeves or short sleeve shirts. Please keep your hands away from your face. It may cause serious irritations or pain if chemicals get in your eye. More general safety. Never smell, taste, or touch any chemicals in the lab. Always waft or wait for the teacher or instructor to provide you with specific instructions. If an accident or spill occurs, please notify the teachers. Do not rush to it and try to fix it yourself. Please always let the teacher or instructor know. After working with chemicals, always wash your hands with soap and water. This is again for your safety. Properly dispose chemicals as instructed to do so. Alright, now let's talk about PPE, or personal protective equipment. Wear safety goggles at all times during an experiment. Gloves should also be worn on your hands, and you should always wear closed-toed shoes in the lab. No sandals or slippers or any other open-toe shoes are allowed. Aprons and lab coats will be given as necessary. Fire precautions. So usually in all labs we should always have a fire extinguisher. So know the location of the fire extinguisher, fire blanket, eye wash station, and safety shower. Use a fire blanket to extinguish fires on people. Although it is unlikely, if a fire occurs in the laboratory, you should follow the directions of your instructors. Remember, do not take these matters into your own hands and always look for the instructor or teacher around to help you out. Remember the acronyms RACE and PASS, and do not panic. So RACE is for in case of a fire happens, you're going to rescue people around you and yourself mostly. Alarm, set off the alarm, confine, and extinguish the fire or evacuate. Now to use a fire extinguisher, we use this acronym called PASS, which is basically you're going to pull the pin, aim the hose to the base of the fire, squeeze the handle, and sweeps from side to side. Alright, so here's a scenario where I'm going to ask the students to fix the lab. So there's a lot of things going wrong here. So name at least 5 things that you could fix. If you need to pause this, please do so. Alright, and here's our next scenario. Alright guys, we're going to talk about microscopy now. I know a lot of you may know what a microscope is, but you might not know the details into it. So basically a microscope is an instrument that is used to see objects that are too small by the naked eye. Microscopy is the science of investigating small objects and structures using a microscope, which is pretty self-explanatory. And the first simple compound microscope was made by Robert Hooke in the 1600s. So here are the different parts of a microscope. Number one, the eyepiece or ocular lens. This is the part that you're going to look through. Number two is a diopter adjustment. It adjusts the focus. Number three is the nose piece. This you can turn around to switch the magnification or which lens you will use. Number four is the arm. When you transport it, you will always hold it by the arm and the base of a microscope whenever you're moving it from table to table or back to storage. Number five is the objective lens. As we said, that changes the magnification. Number six is a slide holder. So when you have a slide, you're going to clip it on using the slide holders. Number seven is a stage. That is where the slide will be on top of. Number eight is the condenser. It basically transports the light through. Number nine is the iris diaphragm. The iris diaphragm and the condenser work together to transport the light. Number 10 is the coarse focus knob. This will help you focus into a specific area of the cell. Usually you need to get it pretty perfect to be able to see the cell properly, or else it'll be a little bit blurry. Number 11 is a fine coarse knob. This is just to get those minute details to perfection. Number 12 is light source. So this is what is going to make the cell actually visible. Number 13 is the base. Like I said before, this is where you'll hold it with the arm. And number 14 is the on and off switch, which will turn on and off the lights. Alright guys, so now we're going to talk about our frugal science and the fold scope. So frugal. Frugal we know is another alternative for cheap. So basically frugal science is the development of an ultra low cost for multitude of tools, and which will improve the accessibility of science in underdeveloped and developing regions. For example, we have the 3D Fuse, the ElectroPen, and 3D printed pipettes. These are all cost-effective alternatives to the more expensive versions of these things. So the fold scope. A fold scope is an ultra-affordable paper microscope. It's considered to be the cheapest microscope in the world. It was developed by Manu Prakash at Stanford University, and it is capable of magnifying 140 times the actual size. So here is what this foldable microscope looks like. And these are some examples of what you could see in the foldable microscope. As you can see, you see onion cells, algae, and even a mosquito. So, procedures and materials. These are all you're going to need to do the experiment at hand. Alright guys, so today in this lesson we learned about safety procedures, what is microscopy, and what the fold scope is, as well as what GLEE is and what our goal is in helping others. So I really hope that you guys learned a lot of information today, and if you have any questions, please feel free to drop it off in the comment section, or don't forget, you can always contact us using our email or in our social media using our tag @GleeLabs. Thank you so much and have a great day.